How's everybody doing? Okay, it rained all day yesterday, so I had to just postpone this box framing. But man, what a difference the day makes. It's gorgeous out here today. And it was a little bit cold this morning, but not too bad. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about this box framing. Now, as I told you before in one video, the previous video, about this corner right over here is out 2 inches. So I had to compensate by creating a 2x6 shim in there to adjust for the differences to where I can actually have something on the backside, this 2x6 right here on the backside, to where it won't protrude out past this cut right here, okay? Because the fascia board, the top fascia board's got to fit on top of here, okay? And then come right across here. So I got this put in here, and you can see my gap. This is the compensation for the gap, which this is not bad. You can caulk this. This is a little bit less than 1/4 inch. Okay? Now, the key is it got to be flush, or so close to flush to this brick, and it is now. See, I can caulk this. This is where the original caulk line was, where they gooped it in there, but I'm good all the way down. Okay? Now, the interior header fascia right here, there you go. Now that's flush across here. And there's where it joined, a very small gap. There we go. All the way across. And just to give you an indication, there you go. Nice and straight. Okay? There's the old caulk line. And good enough to where you can put a bead of caulk in there. Okay, so building this interior frame support with the 2x6s, they didn't have this in here, this board in here. Like I said, there was a cavity. They stopped right here, and they didn't bring it all the way out. So this new board going up, there wasn't anything to bite on except this little lip and then those 2x4 plugs. Okay, that's all they used. So there's no meat there. You can't put any big nails. So here's the template. Let me grab that. And you can see how it fits. See? Look at that. Tell me that's not dead on the money. Right there. See? Look at that. Perfectly flush. Nice. So this turned out good. And do a little finessing to get it all up there. A little trim work. Got my clamps in there to support it right before I nail it, and I know it's going to be straight. So the only thing I got left, of course, is that top header up there, or that top fascia board. And I'm going to put some flashing. There's my flashing right there. Of course, I'll glue that on, and here's my other top board. Now I'm missing one board, which I had to go back to Lowe's. I undercounted. I'm only missing 48 inches from that point there over. So it'll come all the way out to here and then stop, and then I've got to go get another board to put there and finish that out. But there you go. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I run into stuff like this all the time where other contractors, whether it's the original builder or somebody coming in and making a repair, and in this case the repair was this wall. They had a problem with this wall and they put new brick up from some foundation settling something, and then they kicked it out. They accidentally didn't plumb it almost 2 inches wrong. It was wrong by 2 inches. So to be able to do the carpentry work, I had to compensate for those 2 inches of play, that difference from the top to the bottom of the board, the interior fascia board. I had to compensate for that. So when I put my board back up and build my framework system, it's all square and plumb, and that's the results you want out of this. Sometimes you have to overbuild or build it to where it's supposed to be built originally. In other words, by any drawing that you have, these things they're put into the drawing, so if the contractor or the sublet contractors come out here, the framers, whoever, the brick masons, the finish guys, the caulk guys, whoever comes out here, and all they do is they look at it and say, oh yeah, we know what we got to do, and they don't look at the drawings to see exactly what the specs are. Then what they're doing is hacking. They're just basically hacking the work. Yeah, when you originally first look at it, everything looks normal. It looks like it's built correctly, but there's a lot of hidden problems that, as all of you have indicated, that you run into this all the time. So another subscriber of mine who actually is my biggest critic and my biggest fan, you know who you are. I am going to go ahead and put some high tack contact cement up there in those 2x4 plugs and fill in all those holes. I know you said that I didn't do it, and you're right, I didn't do it, but now that I'm at that point, I can go ahead and fill in all that, all those holes and crevices. So I do listen to you guys. Believe me, I do listen to you guys. So it's not that. Now, I could have easily just come in here and had all this thing built in one day and be done with it. But I knew that somewhere along the line, this thing will not hold up to the test of time. And it wouldn't be right. That I just can't build that way. If it's not right, I'm not going to build it. At least in my viewpoint, the way I look at things, I want to make sure that anything I build is going to be right. So that's the moral of the story. It allows me to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? That way, when you're a handyman, a craftsman, you know what's right. You know what should be done correctly. And if you're not willing to go the extra mile, then shame on you. But as I always say, then it'll show by you not being busy, or you'll start slowing down because people start noticing that you take shortcuts, and you don't want to take any shortcuts. When it comes to stuff like this on $1.5 million house that's going up for sale, now let me clear something up. The homeowner is a very important individual in this town. He works for a big automotive group. He's one of the executives. He interviewed a bunch of people before me. I was the last guy that came and interviewed for all this work on this house. Starting on December the 26th of last year is when I went inside and started doing all the sheetrock work from that blowout, the big water blowout they had, where all 7 rooms, the ceilings were just messed up. It took me approximately 32 days to fix the interior of the house. Then I've been outside ever since. I built the other side of the garage. It didn't have nowhere near the problems this had, but it still had a lot of problems. I fixed it. I fixed the back side of the house. I fixed a lot of stuff on the other side of the house that had to do with the roof. There was a leak coming in from the roof from the gables, and they didn't put any flashing up at all. So I reflashed everything on all those dormers, excuse me. And so when it came right down to it, he trusted my work. Now, this is an ongoing project. He's given me the entire project. Now, the other people that he interviewed, when he told them the scenario, they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to get involved on a project that could potentially last 6 to 8 months. You know, he didn't want to bring a big crew in here and disrupt his life. He wanted to go one room at a time, one section of the house at a time, and pay as he goes. So he was paying me every single day for the last 40 days to do every single one project that I was, got into and then I completed. So I was getting a check every single day for my labor hours, and I was averaging 7 to 8 hours a day plus materials, and they just stroked me a check. So this house has literally paid, it bought basically the excavator. Okay, I paid $14,000 for the excavator. Guess where that money came from? This one house. And now I'm going to be on this house for several more months, getting it prepped, ready to go, so it can be put up for sale. Okay, that's the moral of the story. Do your work the right way. Be honest, have integrity. Look at a problem, not just from one or two angles. Look at it from multiple angles, multiple ways of, just trying to decipher what it's going to take to correct the problem, and then you'll be okay. All right, guys, you know what to do. Comments, thumbs up, share the link with your friends, hit the bell for future notifications, and subscribe. Tom out of here on another Handyman video. Framing 101. It's not hard. Just work smart. And you'll be able to do quality work. All right, guys. I'll check you guys later.